My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 23rd, 2026. It is 5:34 a.m. This is video number 2. So let's continue. I need to hurry up. This is the first tweet. The daddy fell or cooked, aren't they? All right. Some stuff I have said in past videos regarding Harry's lawsuit with the daddy fell is that I need to see the transcript, whatever was said in court. I have not come across it. In my last video, which I just recorded, there's this, I think when I was reading the comments, there's a professor who sort of summarized Harry's testimony. And it seems like it's the closest, even though I didn't see the transcript, to what Harry probably said in court, because the media, which I've shared a couple of those videos with you, the US and the UK's media talking about Harry's lawsuit, they did not highlight. The professor did, which I just recorded. Okay, let me read some of the comments. Okay, they have more money than God and dirt on everyone that matters. That's why UK government and police have never held them to account. The way they treat Harry and Meghan is the threat to all who oppose them. Take us on and you're next. I hope, Harry, they win for their own peace of mind, but don't assume change. That is true. And one of the videos that I was highlighting, I think is this video here. Because I just finished. Oh, no, it's not that one. I'll show you the thumbnails of it. I'm still working on the thumbnails. It has something like this. One of the thing I said in that video is that when Johnny Depp called, was it Daily Mail as well? I don't remember which paper Johnny Depp called, but Dan Wootton was part of the lawsuit. Even though Johnny Depp proved his case, and some of the witnesses, one of the witnesses who was caught in video lying,
I had or was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Miss Heard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do that.
the copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they
owns.
pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting...
but they still give the win to the papers. So we better be careful with that. Okay, they could do the same thing. And when Johnny Depp came to the US and sued that particular witness, he won. All right, and it was a jury trial. Okay, hopefully. Not only are they cooked, they are charcoal on grill, LOL. Don't count on it. The establishment control the courts and number 10 fawns over them. Wait for the judge's decision to see if the judge is impartial. And it's not before time. That's the lot of them. Yeah, I agree with this. Because with what I saw with Johnny Depp, hey, they want something to run their mouth with. So they could never stop. But anyway, let's go to the next tweet. All right. Next one. Shipwreck is a messy, there's the B word, not him tagging the groupies of the voivodas in his post. Go ahead and tag yourself too, Christopher. Delusional loves company. Oh my God, he is always messy. I know, right? Let's pause. I know, right? That's why I can't block him. He's my problematic fave. I don't know. I just block all the derangers and voyovats. A flip-flopping passage aggressive clown. I have more respect for Maureen. At least he never wavered from his or her evil agenda against our fave. Black that man so long ago, I forgot he exists. As I'm reading some of the squad, the derangers and the voyovats, they are dead serious with their propaganda. They are dead serious with their nonsense. But the way the squad are taking it, turning it into a joke, and that's what's blocking the voyovats from continue spreading their propaganda, because the moment their propaganda reach the Sussex squad, it's like it hit a brick wall. It cannot spread any longer because the squad shredded apart. Okay? But I'm just laughing at some of the comments. Alright, is he messy? I need to know what he did before I unfollow him. Since I joined the squad, I haven't seen anything mean. I know he plays the both sides game, but what has he done? This is what I be saying sometimes when the squad are shredding apart the derangers and voyovat, because there are new people who's coming in who didn't know none of this stuff. Okay, there's one comment on it. Let me see if there's any receipt. Okay, he tried to set the Taliban on Harry because he mentioned an aspect of his military service in spare, despite that information having been revealed years prior by the very same tabloid with pride and without controversy. All right, wow. All right, so the last one. It's not Thursday. Surely he has better things to do, like chase Egghead. There's some stuff I saw about the leftovers. I decided not to put it because there's too many tweets about the Harry and Meghan for me to share with you. I didn't want to clog myself with their nonsense. Prince Harry took the only spine the Windsors ever had. Imagine a father siding with the Sun newspaper. The effing scum who have done so much harm to society. Just imagine if our media told the truth about the royal family. All right, so let's listen. 24 seconds.
That unless he withdrew these allegations that he made, and he named an official, unless he withdrew that allegation, his allowance would be stopped. And when he said he wasn't going to withdraw the allegation, he wanted to pursue the case against the Sun newspaper, his allowance was stopped. So I think we've seen essentially where this very, very serious rift in the royal family was told that unless
I would love to hear more. And this is a screenshot, right? From his mother's grave, he learned that love does not die. It sharpens into vengeance. From his mother's grave, he learned that love does not die. It sharpens into vengeance. Man, look at his face. They make him walk behind his mother's coffin. Okay, royal correspondents always express human action and reaction in dollars and cents, pound and pence. Harry was told, drop the case or you will be cut off financially. Accept disrespect and lie for yourself and your wife or face the punishment of the purse. Harry chose principle. And this is what I think. Okay, this is where I come with my crazy thinking. I think that was a test for him where he had to choose. Many of you, I think I've raised this before. Some of you shut it down and said different things. In a good way, like a discussion that you disagree. That was a test for God. All right? If you do what's right, I have more positive things for you. And Harry and Meghan are hard workers, okay? Let's not forget that. Their own two hands, their mind. They are smart. They know how to create. This is the thing here. Creating is the key thing for Harry and Meghan. So, yeah. And we see what's happening in the U.S. May God continue to protect them and continue to prosper them. All right. Did I finish with that? Accept disrespect. Yeah, I read. Harry chose principle. Making that child walk behind his mother was the breaking point. I do believe at that time he was never going to follow anything in the royals that will harm his own family. Good for him. I'm sure his mother will be exceptionally proud. I think he was okay when they were doing those things to him because he knows what goes in the background. Okay? But I don't think he ever encouraged it, but he knows the game that the institution plays. But the moment he married, okay, he bring a new person into the family, that's when it stopped. He was like, in my own term, and I think he had said it, you could do all of this to me, but don't bring that onto my wife, because he saw how Megan was living her life in California and Canada, free-spirited, carefree, enjoy life, bring joy to him, unlike his family, the royal family did not bring to him. And the key thing here is that whoever Meghan had introduced Harry to, when Harry goes to Meghan's space and Meghan's friends are there, nobody said a damn thing. No one said a damn thing. So he was able to be himself. Okay? Did I finish that? Okay. Spot on. Prince Harry is the only adult here. It does not make sense that his life had to be made an offering in place of a hereditary system which reward a docile, uninspiring older brother who behaves more like a toddler than a man. All right, so that's that. I mean, we are seeing it now, but before, if they didn't do all this nonsense onto Harry and Meghan, we will never know, because they were portraying the leftovers at this principle, this prestige, the well-mannered, this group of family. I used to think very highly of them, but their mistake to let us see their stupidity, the man-child, like this, the toddler and man-child that this tweet is saying, is because they refuse to let Meghan be, Harry be. Just let them be. They refuse. So they expose themselves. Okay? They expose themselves in the process. But before, you know, there used to be that prestige. Like I've always said, when Meghan married into that family, I was very happy for her. You know, I used to think very highly of the royal family. But when I saw all those negative headlines, I had to take a peek, because my perception as I didn't born in the US, but I know how African American lives their lives. And I was like, that can never be. We may see the tabloid, the media is saying negative things about African American, but they have principle. They teach their kids. Yes, kids will do stupid things, all right? The same way as any other groups. But in the household, when you have especially a mom and a dad and whoever is in the house, the adults always teach their kids manners when they are in public, okay? Despite what the media says. And I've highlighted this many times. African American are very disciplined. They are very well mannered. Yes, there will be some bad apples. Don't get me wrong. The same thing as any other group. But from what I've seen, African American are very disciplined. The respect for adults, sometimes you don't call within the African household. From my perspective, what I've seen, if a child meet, let's say, their parents' friends, okay, they no blood related at all, just a friend, okay, they do not call the child of the friend, do not call the parents' friends their first name. There's always that respect, miss or ma'am or auntie or something like that. There's that respect, that boundary that is usually put. Okay? But anyway, I don't want to go into all of that. I don't even have that much time to finish record. So let's focus on that. Next tweet. Question. Why aren't the witnesses bringing up proof on the witness stand? Answer. Their role in cross-examination is simply to answer Mel's barrister's question. The case carries a £40 million price tag for both parties due to the substantial research behind each claim. Some of the thing I was reading as well, like I said, based on what I read online, is that Harry made, let me pause, 14 claims, but the paper only highlight, I think, 4 out of the 14. Now, one of the things I said in past videos is that it is up to Harry's barrister, Harry's team, to bring up the others that the papers did not mention or show their proof and put the papers into a defense. Anything that Harry wants to say, let's say the name of the person who the royal family did not want him to put on the document, he could say it right now in court. He could say it right now. He is under oath. But at the same time, again, I didn't see the transcript, but at the same time, Harry is a royalist. He knows what's at stake. All right? So, again, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking of the Johnny Depp case. He proved his case. He still lost the case. All right, so let's listen. It's 1 minute and 35 seconds.
He's got to produce evidence, doesn't he, to show that his claims are real?
Well, Richard, just to explain the process yesterday, I mean, he gave very brief evidence in what we call, David Sherborne essentially introduced him, David being his barrister, and then he was cross-examined by Anthony White for the newspaper. So all his job was yesterday was essentially to deal with all Anthony White's questions. Anthony is one of the cleverest barristers at the bar, and in that sense, he was kind of like a goalkeeper. He was trying to make sure that there was no killer question that he couldn't answer. And it's not his job to make his case, as Mr. Justice Nicklin explains. So far as the evidence is concerned, that is in a whole load of documents in the form of ledgers, which David Sherborne and his team say makes Prince Harry's case. But also there will be people who, there's a research team. All 3 claims against the Mirror, the Sun and Associated are all based on the research of 3 people. And it's their research which will be the primary evidence which Prince Harry's legal team will use to make the case. And Mr. Justice Nicklin explained to Prince Harry that it's not his job to make his case, although he did it courteously. But that will be the job of David Sherborne and the team, and that will happen later in the case. So it wasn't for him to put forward evidence in the witness box. He was just being cross-examined.
Okay, I see. So I'm assuming open case. So David Sherborne opened the case for Harry. So they have the evidence, they have whatever Harry's lawyer said in court, it is up to the Daily Fell to dispute it, to say this is not that, and then David Sherborne had to bring his evidence and say, so what about this? This is why I said what I said. This kind of thing. All right, so I'll put this in a video by itself, in a short video for you guys, for those who probably didn't come across it. Okay, why don't these reporters research before they start barking? You will think that they will know how the court system works. That Richard person so stupid. Good Morning Britain is just other bio. It's a TV show for Reformer 1 and the Rangers. I'm shocked that Richard Madeley, at his big age, does not know how court proceedings works. He has watched too many movies. All right, let's leave that alone. This is another thing from Channel 4. All right, again, some of those videos, I'll try to put them separate for you guys. All right, this one is 3 minutes and 34 seconds. All right, Channel 4 News on Prince Harry's giving evidence for Prince Harry versus Daily Mail. All right, 3 minutes and 34 seconds. The only response here is that all the reporting is focusing on Harry's becoming emotional, like it's a bad thing. Harry has been through enough. That's a sign of being human and emotional maturity. There was a lot more to his questioning. All right, so after this, I'll go to the next one. Hopefully, I don't have that much to say.
Kathy, now Prince Harry looked like he was on the verge of tears today as he gave evidence in his case against the publishers of the Daily Mail, saying they have made my wife's life an absolute misery. Harry described being cross-examined during the proceedings as a horrible experience, but said he just wanted an apology and accountability. Associated newspapers have strongly denied any unlawful information gathering. Our culture correspondent Minnie Stevenson reports.
For a prince raised under the glare of cameras, this walk might not be new, but it is deeply personal. Today, accusing the Daily Mail at the High Court of intruding on his private life, often using illegal tactics.
Inside the packed courtroom here, the atmosphere was undeniably tense, and it was clearly difficult for Prince Harry, as he was close to tears. He said the worst thing about all of this was that the newspaper had, in his words, made my wife's life absolutely miserable. Prince Harry explained that within the institution of the monarchy, he was never allowed to take issue with stories written about him, because as a royal, you never complain and never explain.
But Prince Harry says that all changed when his relationship with Meghan became public in late 2016.
I started to become increasingly troubled by the approach of not taking action against the press in the wake of vicious, persistent attacks on, harassment of, and intrusive, sometimes racist articles concerning Meghan. The situation got worse when she became pregnant and after our son Archie was born.
Prince Harry claims that there are 14 articles in which he believes illegal tactics were used to obtain stories. Among the headlines in question, this from December 2013. Prince Harry faces lonely New Year's Eve. The Mail reporting that his then girlfriend, Cressida, flies to Richard Branson's private island without him. Prince Harry says this headline speaks to exactly how they wanted me to be. Lonely, miserable, depressed. Other articles concerned his former girlfriend, Chelsy Davy. He said the intrusion she was facing was terrifying for her. Prince Harry also says his strained relationship with the press began as a child, when Princess Diana was hounded by the tabloids.
Following the death of my mother in 1997, when I was 12 years old, and her treatment at the hands of the press, I have always had an uneasy relationship with them.
If there is an air of familiarity about this case, that's because Prince Harry has had several victories against the tabloid press. In this latest battle, he is one of 7 high-profile people accusing the publisher of the Daily Mail of breaching their privacy over a 20-year period. Among them, Liz Hurley and Sadie Frost, Sir Elton John and Doreen Lawrence, the mother of Stephen Lawrence. Their lawyer, David Sherborne, claims journalists use illegal tactics like phone hacking to invade their private lives. The Daily Mail's publisher denies that, claiming information came from friends and insiders. But Prince Harry insists his circle of trust, as he put it, were, quote, not leaky. The case continues, while the Prince's parting point was this. If one of Britain's most influential newspapers can, in his opinion, evade justice, then we are all doomed.
Minnie Stevenson reporting there now. The Parliamentary Standards Watchdog says Reform UK leader...
Okay.
Kathy, now Prince Harry.
I should stop now, but there's 2 tweets that I see that make reference to Harry's love life. Harry's love life. Let's see here how much it is. Okay, let's see if I could go over it really quickly. Context. Prince Harry then received an allowance from his spa. He and his wife were working royals who were grossly underpaid. They were forced out. This is what I've always said whenever I come across that Harry left. No, they were forced out. Okay, entitled to compensation, and King Charles reneged on separation, agreement for compensation, and security. Let's see here. Any comments? Let me read. Wow, I wish I could buy £1 million worth of clothes, not to mention however many thousand in jewelry, and be described as grossly underpaid. To give factual context, Meghan officially worked 73 days when in the royal family. There were multiple engagements each day, admittedly, and many days she canceled too. What day she canceled? She was pregnant, going overseas. They sent her there. I think their free accommodation, security, clothes, travel. What clothes? Meghan was using her own clothes. Travel funds and a £43 million wedding covered for both. Meghan then, okay, I'm gonna leave this. I should be blacking it. Let me pause really quick. I don't have time, damn it. Meghan didn't even want the damn wedding. She was using her own clothes. All right, so let me just black. I don't have time. I really don't. It's, 5:59. I need to wake up my kids. Charles chose the tabloid over his own son's safety. I wonder what Charles and William are so afraid of. What have they done? All right, so you could pause and read this. I can't, okay? Pause and read this. All right, so he retweeted that. Let me pause. Prince Harry took the only spine the Windsors ever had. Is that the one? Okay, so somebody retweet that. I covered that already. All right, so let me leave it alone. I covered that already. Next one, and this will be the last one for this video. The tabloids intruded in Harry's love life with Chelsy. He was upset, but he swallowed it. They interfered with his romance with Cressida. He let that pass too. But when it comes to Meghan, Harry said, not this time, not this one. She is the one woman he is not prepared to lose. All right. Harry gets emotional as he tells court press, made my wife's life misery. Prince Harry has just left the witness box, but in his final answer, he appears to become emotional. Harry tells the court that the private information and the article he is relying on for his case, most of which Mr. White decided not to cross-examine me on, is, okay, I wish I could read more of that. All right, except this court case covers the time he was with Chelsy up to 2011 and not 2016 onward when he was with Meghan. You haven't seen his witness statement, have you? He clearly stated that meeting Meghan in 2016 and seeing the way the press was attacking her was the catalyst. This is what I said, was the catalyst that pushed him to launch his lawsuit. Yeah? I think I shared this on my community board. Pause and read everything. I'm just going to read the highlighted one. However, in late 2016, when my relationship with Meghan, my now wife, became public, I started to become increasingly troubled by the approach of not taking action against the press in the wake of vicious, persistent attack on harassment of an intrusive, sometimes racist article concerning Meghan. All right, so there's that. All right, she's the one woman looking for a wealthy man. Oh, please, Meghan was already wealthy. I don't have time to respond to all of this. If I had time, I would. But let's move on. Well, pretty much that's it. I need to wake up my kids. It's exactly 6:02. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.